Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Matt Bernier, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Saturday, October the 28th, race number 9 at Keeneland. We're going 1 1/8 miles. Let's take a look at the field for the Grade 2 Fayette Stakes. For some handicap horses, the number 5, Honorable Duty, is your 9-5 morning line favorite, followed closely behind by the 2, Neolithic, third in both the Dubai World Cup and the Pegasus World Cup earlier this year. For free Formulator past performances, please head on over to the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com, download them, and handicap along with us as we take this field in post-position order. Nick Zito's got the 3-year-old, the number 1, Giuseppe the Great, second in the Jim Dandy, kind of had the race flow that day, outfinished at the end by Good Samaritan, third in the Pennsylvania Derby, has a tendency to outrun his odds. Didn't like that he didn't change leads at the end of the Pennsylvania Derby, and now he's facing some salty older competition.
Agree 100%. This is a horse, he's honest. He shows up, he runs his race. Didn't like that he didn't change leads. And I don't know about you, I kind of looked at the Pennsylvania Derby, and with the exception of West Coast and with the exception of IRAP, I didn't think there was a heck of a lot of running going on. And it kind of felt like he was just kind of clunking up, passing horses. I think he's a nice little horse. I think he's in too tough.
While Honorable Duty is the morning line favorite, I think you and I will agree that the 2, Neolithic, is the horse to beat for several reasons. We mentioned the gaudy company lines he has kept. In his most recent race, he was third behind Gunrunner, the possible favorite for the Breeders' Cup Classic. He also has this time form U.S. pace projector in his favor. That's the 2, Neolithic, out there on the lead, and that blue bar in the pace projector indicates this race will favor horses on or near the early lead. Neolithic gets that kind of pace projector, he's probably going to win.
Simply put, I mean, he's supposed to win this race with the way it shapes up on paper from a tactical standpoint. He has the best early speed, he has competitive buyers. I just look at it and I say, why don't I trust him more than I do? There's a part of me that thinks that ever since he came back from Dubai, I know he ran well enough in the Woodward. But there's a part of me that looks at it and says, did he run well enough simply because he went fast or set an honest pace and then he caved to Gunrunner? I mean, is that why I'm saying that he ran well enough? Because if you just look at it, he finished third, couldn't outfinish Rally Cry. That race as a whole has not come back good. Rally Cry did not run well in the Jockey Club. And I don't know, there's a part of me that he should win with that setup. I don't trust him entirely.
He's the horse to beat, but I agree with you that there are enough holes that might make you want to look elsewhere. He has not run fast on the buyer scale since coming back from Dubai. The time form fig for the last race was very, very good. As for the Woodward, other than Gunrunner, I mean, I think you have to question the overall quality of that field, and I still believe that Rally Cry was ridden for second in that race. They didn't try to win it. Neolithic then ran third, and who did he beat? Horses that have come back to do nothing. But he's the horse to beat. He has the favorable pace situation, and he's got a Todd Pletcher formulator fact. Past 3 years, first after a layoff of 45 days or greater, dirt route graded stakes at Keeneland. 56%, 402. One of our favorite horses, Race Day, utilized that angle to win the Fayette a couple of years ago.
Yeah, again, this horse is not going to be a surprise. It's just at the price that he's likely to be, to me, he's going to be an underling.
Fear the Cowboy, the 3, is going to be a sentimental favorite. Why? Because bred by the University of Kentucky.
How about that?
Running at Keeneland for the first time. No match for Honorable Duty last time out in the Grade 3 Lucas Classic. He is a hard-hitting, solid horse. I never got the feeling he's a Grade 2 type.
I agree with you. You actually had him earlier in this year, I believe, with a skip point down in Gulfstream. He ran well that day, but I agree with you. I just feel like he's a notch below some of the better runners in here.
Number 4 is the Player. We've always had a little bit of a thing for this horse ever since he was second to Cupid in the Indiana Derby last year. One of the few times he's had a chance to stretch his legs around 2 turns. After that race, he went away for almost a year. I think you can make the argument that Buff Bradley is slowly getting him back into form. I liked his performance behind odds-on winner Awesome Slew last time out in the ACAC, although thus far, the ACAC has come back to be a weak race.
You know what, though? The only thing that I would kind of give the counter-argument to that is, to me, everybody else was just in there. You had 2 horses in there. You had Awesome Slew, you had the Player, and they were 100 clear of third, so I don't really want to hold that against him. And I kind of look at it and say, the Player was playing Awesome Slew's game. 1 turn, kind of that coming from off the pace thing. I thought the Player ran very well. I don't know if 1 1/8 miles is going to be his friend.
That's the big question mark, I think, in this race. So what kind of trip is he going to work out? Is he going to be the one chasing Neolithic? I'm not sure that's the position I want to be in, to have to reel in that toughie and then hold off maybe some stalkers. Honorable Duty is very, very consistent. He's earned triple-digit buyer speed figures in his last 3 fast dirt starts. Gate-to-wire winner in the Lucas Classic last time out. He was 3-5. He was supposed to win against that field. I loved the way he did it, and the 3rd-place finisher, Seeking the Soul, came back to flatter that race, breaking the track record at Keeneland the other day with a 103 buyer.
Yeah, this horse is razor sharp. It's hard not to like this horse. We talked about Brendan Walsh, Giant 2017 campaign. He's rock solid. He shows up, he runs his race. The one thing that I don't want people to kind of fall into the trap of, you see that Luke's Classic, he went to the front, wired the field. He doesn't need the lead, but he's also, I don't think he's nearly that fast early on. I think he just kind of inherited it because nobody else wanted to go. You see the fractions, I believe he got a half mile and a shade under 49. Neolithic is much faster than that early on. I wonder what kind of trip he's going to pull in here. Is he going to be the one that they're going to look at it and say, nobody else is going to go with this horse? If we have any chance, we got to try to keep him honest.
He is a winner at Keeneland, sometimes a horse for course kind of racetrack. Honorable Duty's a player in here. That's why he's the morning line favorite at 9-5. McCracken came into this year with a lot of hopes that maybe he was going to be a Triple Crown factor. He was 8th in the Derby, and then that was it for his Triple Crown aspirations. Ian Wilkes, I think, then said, we're going to plan for the Haskell. We're going to plan for the Travers. He just missed in the Haskell in a big effort. The Travers didn't work out. Just looking at his page, he hasn't gotten any faster than when he was running in the Sam Davis before that minor little physical hiccup that forced him to miss a race or two before the Bluegrass. I wonder how good McCracken is overall. He's a popular horse that will take money.
You know, the thing for me, I hope he runs well here, but not well enough, because I really felt like even before the Haskell and even after the Haskell, as well as he ran, I think he's going to be a one-turn horse. I think he's going to be a miler. I would love them to run him here,
Cigar Mile
enough, and then Cigar Mile. I think he's got a big, big opportunity if they finally get him back to one-turn races to be a player in here. But point taken, he hasn't gotten any bit faster from even late on as a 2-year-old.
Amazingly enough, the horse with the best last Beyer speed figure in this race is going to be one of the longest shots on the board.
Yeah.
The 7 Malibu Pro earned a 1:02 Beyer speed figure most recently at Canterbury, a race in which he saved ground most of the way, came out with a big shot, and then was herded out the entire stretch by the ultimate first-place finisher, the horse that was disqualified. This is a horse that ever since he was gelded, his dirt races are all good. It's hard for me to say this horse was once a $10,000 claimer, and now he's going to take down Neolithic and Honorable Duty in the player, but if you believe that Beyer speed figure from the last race, he can win.
Yeah, absolutely. He has the highest last out, like you said, with a 102. If you buy that number, he's not just a player, he's one of the horses to beat in here. It's one of those instances where, for me, I know he's going to be a big, big price. He's got to prove to me against better horses. Keep in mind, the horse that he was duking it out with is a nice horse, weight striking. Weight striking would be 20-1 in this field. So that's the only thing. I think a lot of it has to do with who have you been running against, how have you been earning these figs. I'm not going to completely throw him out. I made him 8-1. I don't think he's completely hopeless. I just wonder, boy, this is a big, big jump up in class.
Neolithic is the horse to beat. We'll agree as we take a look at our selections. I don't think he is a slam dunk, despite the possibility that he's going to get away with an early lead. We both like the player. We think he will offer some value in this race as perhaps the 3rd or 4th choice in the wagering. I think he drifts a little bit off that 4-1 morning line. I have to admit, I'll also be using a little bit of Honorable Duty as well.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Neolithic, I think, is the horse to beat, but in many ways, I almost feel like I don't trust him. The horse that I think is just going to run his race is Honorable Duty, and I think if he runs his race, that makes him a player. He's going to run probably that low 100 Beyer. Neolithic is the one that I think if anybody blows the doors off his field, it's going to be him, just simply because he has a tactical advantage. But the player, he's done enough good things. The distance I'm a little bit concerned about, but I think we might get a decent price on him as well.
You're going to go 4, 2, 5, and 6. I'm going to go 4, 5, 2, and 7 in the Grade 2 Fayette Stakes, the feature race at Keeneland on Saturday. If you are betting the Saturday Keeneland card from home, please sign up to DRF Bets. If you do, at drf.com/fall and use the promo code FALL300, immediately you'll have a $300 bonus in your account. Approximate post time for the Fayette. Race number 9 at Keeneland on Saturday, 5:30 Eastern. Best of luck.